Hi all, thought I'd play one or two games this afternoon. Kick off the auto pairing. By the way, just to emphasise, I actually do a correspondence style site. It's not a Blitz site. We haven't got Blitz. We probably won't do Blitz for a long time to come. But I enjoy Blitz on the ICC, and it's just for entertainment really, these videos, just in case you're wondering. So, correspondence style chess, you can play a lot higher quality. You can play your best game in correspondence style chess, and if you're not already a member of my site chessbowl.net, please do become a member. It would really, I'd really appreciate it to show gratitude for these videos, which I try and do. Okay, so Weber, I think I've got a reasonable position so far. Is he really going to play G4 at some point? It might weaken his king. Do I need to play H5? So I'll be weakening my dark squares, or do I just wait for G4, try and use that vacuum of weaknesses later, just go back maybe to G6, F4 will be slightly weaker. So if H5, I mean, I often routinely play H5 when I have the knight on F5. But is it actually necessary here? The white king's already committed. Okay, so he's going to test this, so maybe I'll try this knight G6. So I'm hoping, he's weakened F4 a bit, he's weakened H4 a bit, so maybe knight G6. Oh, he's going to come in with F4. Right. So now maybe the time is for H5 to try and provoke G5, then knight F5. Play H5 here, now knight F5. Pardon me. So I think the knight's kind of even better now because white can't prepare G4 anymore, and has created the weaknesses. In any case, okay, I'm a pawn down, but it's really an academic pawn at the moment. These double pawns. So I'm hoping, maybe I castle queenside here. Bishop E7, castle's queenside. The knight's protecting G7. That's something to note. So if I castle queenside, then maybe follow up with rook to G8. Rook D to G8 and G6. Try and expose this H2 pawn a bit. I know my opponent's not going to just sit there and take it here. Okay, he's giving up that pawn. If I take it immediately, I'll block my road. If I want to keep the road open, maybe G4, G5, but then F4. So then maybe I simply sack a pawn again with rook takes H6. So if FG, rook H7. I mean that's possible. Then F5 might be a target, but then the bad bishop on D7 is supporting that. The alternative, knight takes H6, I suppose is a safe option here. Do I need to provoke this F4? Or maybe just F4, I just take, so bishop F4, and then just castle with the idea of knight H6 later, and this is going to do queen D2. I could take with the knight. I think I might actually try this, just taking with the knight and just returning back to F5. I'm not sure about those variations really after G5. Do I need to weaken my F6 square? I mean, often I've actually lost games, by having lots of square weaknesses, which I thought were part of a routine attack. But it is exploitable when you play pawn moves, the weaknesses. Okay, so here I can pick up the dark square bishop, but it will give him the F file. So what about just castles now? So I'm going to try and double up rooks, simply double up rooks. Simple plan. Rook H3, there's bishop G4, so maybe rook H7, just with the idea of doubling up on this H2 weakness. Okay, I think my king's in the firing line. Well, another question, do I really need to waste time moving it? Knight B4 is not possible at the moment. So I might actually just risk just leaving it on the firing line. So I'm avoiding some routine moves in this game so far, trying not to waste time unnecessarily. Okay. So now, can I just double up rooks? I'm not sure I should mind about bishop f5 at the moment. Rook h4. With the idea, if the queen moves off the bishop, then rook g4. So there's a little bit of pressure. Alternatively, rook h3, sack the exchange. King moves there. There's no rook e3 at the moment. What about just getting the queen in? Queen d8. So with the idea of rook h3. But then it's too late, king g2. But then, I don't know, king g2, does he want to play king g2? So can I just rawly sack the exchange and then king g2? My rook's immediately attacked. I think actually queen d8. So preparing, you know, the queen to come for the attack. But my king's still on this firing line. And now bishop f5 might be a severe threat because of this. So I think I'm going to protect, because otherwise I won't have protection on d5. Okay, so he's using my king safety now, but I can take that at the moment because the bishop's protecting b4. Now if the knight moves, I think this exchange sack and rook e3, because the king will be there, it will be a fork between the king and the queen if the knight moved. So I provoke him to try and win that pawn to play rook h3 and then rook e3. And then the knight fork. I just got bishop f5, so it's not so easy. Am I really threatening the exchange sack? Because the king moves queen h8 sake, he's got rook h1 there. I'm not sure about that. Alright, first, rook h3 here, or just get the king out. I think king here is okay now, because then this knight's not paralysed. Okay, in fact, d4, I can win d4. Is there a problem winning d4? Probably this diagonal. But then I might get this diagonal open, so I think I'm going to do that. A bit greedy. But maybe the knight can come back to c6 as well. Or f5. I think f5 here. He won't want to take with the bishop, surely. I want to get in d4 and bishop c6 actually, but I suppose he's always got... not anymore. I can play d4 and bishop c6 now. So this is looking good for the attack against this king, I think. Maybe even queen d5. Queen d5 here. Oh no, his knight takes. Alright, I better start moving. What about g5 first? And then queen d5, just to get this diagonal working. Also loosen h3 control. Okay, queen d5. So if I'm f3, rook h3, surely. Just try and rip open the king here. So immediate threats. Maybe g4. g4, rook takes f3, that looks good. Trying to wrench open the diagonal. Okay, g4. Forking rook and queen, okay. It'd be sad to lose this one. Queen takes e5. I think knight h3, queen g3 and takes. So I think things are still go at the moment. A check. Throw in a check. Okay, if I throw in a check here, or no, just queen d6. So I'm threatening rook f3. Although this diagonal is a bit dangerous as well. So rook f3, nice pin there. Surely he's resigned. He's resigned. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, that was a bit tense there. So French defence with so without playing h5 here. So I usually routinely play that. So it turned out to be a problem for his king a bit if I'm going to sack a pawn. So I'll still have the knight on f5, still have this road on h2, that isolated pawn on h2. So just simply doubling, very simple plan of doubling rooks. It's nice to have a very simple plan when you can just double up rooks. It's just so, it's routine and effective. Oops. So, and there was another sort of, I don't know, strategic routine about this diagonal, just to win that pawn, to open up for this pawn to move forward in that diagonal. So I think that's a useful trick in the French defence. So here, just to try and play queen d5. The exchange set just to try and break open the king a bit, remove some defensive pieces. Nice pin. So a nice check first, maybe. And he had enough here. I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.